Australia from Victor Kilo 6 Alpha Charlie Bravo Mobile.
Suggest 200, that's what that's
yeah, ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile, all noted on your QTH of Christchurch there, and yeah, a very good signal with me, Jason. You're peaking 5 and 9, very good indeed. If you're having trouble with this frequency, I believe that 14200 is cleared this end. If you'd like to give that a go, over. Roger, roger. Okay, VK6ACB mobile QSY. Yeah, ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile. Yeah, it seems to be clear at this end, Jason, but see how you go. If you need to move again, then just say the word and we'll look for something else. But yeah, as I said, just well, about 15 kilometres from the town of Northam in Western Australia, and just heading back towards Perth after having been away for a couple of days doing some maintenance work. ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile. Roger, roger, QSY 14190, VK6ACB mobile.
Okay, yeah, we try
189. 189. QSO? Yeah, copy you loud and clear, Jason.
Yeah, you're much clearer here as well, so yeah, I must be a bit better. Yeah, I'm getting this RTC bike coming through.
Let's keep bloody wide.
Yeah, ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile. Yeah, all noted, Jason. Yeah, well, you're a good signal here. So we are actually mobile, travelling at around about 110 kilometres an hour. So this is a true mobile operation, if you like, not just static. The radio here is an FT857, and we're currently running about 100 watts into a multi-tapped Turlin antenna on the bull bar of the car. So not a particularly long antenna, but it does seem to be working very well indeed there, Jason. ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile. VK6ACB mobile. All noted, Jason. Well, yeah, all fine on the kilowatt of power. Definitely jealous that you're allowed to run that much.
What amps are you using?
Yeah, definitely jealous that you're allowed to use that much power, and just curious as to what amplifier you're running there, Jason. Over.
I'm using a, sorry, not FTC, I'm using a linear QK charger. It's 1.5 kilowatt charger.
Is that the one with the GS35B?
It does from 1.8 through to 28 meg. But doesn't do 6 meters. It has two tubes in it.
It's not the GS35 one. I'm pretty sure that UK linear amps outfit. Amplifier that's got the GS35.
3CX800A7 ceramic triode. So there's two of those, and they're, I think they're American valve server.
Yeah, VK6ACB mobile. Yeah, all noted. Yeah, just my colleague sitting alongside. He's into the valve amplifiers, and he was asking if it was a GS35B tube, but you answered the question before we needed to ask it. And fine on the two valves being of American origin. I'm not particularly knowledgeable on valves personally, but as I said, my colleague whose call sign is VK6ACB, he's definitely a valve man. So what you've just said would mean an awful lot more to him than it does to me. But that's all good. It sounds very, very good indeed. And yeah, we're quite pleased that you're able to hear us with such a small amount of power. And yeah, we'd certainly agree with your comments on the propagation conditions today. They seem to have been up and down, been very odd. But we've had a couple of good contacts today. But you're definitely the furthest distance away so far, Jason. ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile. Noted on the antenna, Jason. That's working very well, and it certainly sounds like it must be well built as well to have lasted that length of time. I can't sound particularly familiar with that particular antenna, but yeah, it's working very, very well indeed. You may have told me. I wonder what type of radio you're using. Over. Yeah, Roger, all noted. That's very good indeed. And yeah, I wonder what other stations you've managed to work around the planet today. Have you had much luck there, Jason? Over.
No. Normally by now I would have worked a whole heap of Europeans, but I'm not on Tuesday, so I don't know what Tuesday evening was like. So Monday I worked loads of stations all over the place, and 2 stations in Alaska. But Tuesday night I DJ on a commercial radio station here in Christchurch. I play dance music, it's a dance music station, and I sort of play from the 1990s
VK6ACB mobile, and yeah, all noted on the equipment, and yeah, we were around and about yesterday, and heard a few stations on, but nothing too amazing. You say you're by far the best contact we've had. But yeah, I wonder roughly when were you DJing in London? Over.
Well, I've been here 9 years. We went off air probably. Well, around 9. We worked out that we had a few stations running between us around 1993 to around 1993 for about 5 years. So, you know, we were on the air most of the time throughout that. Mainly in North London. Covered most of London, right?
Just to say I used to do it, but I finished about 1980, so well beforehand.
Do you want me to give you a call sign or not?
Yeah, you can.
And the coax went up a very strange way until they finally got to the roof of this tower block, which was on a very high hill. And probably lost a fair amount of power on the way up.
1980, you said you quit.
Most of London,
Yeah, VK6ACB mobile. Yeah, definitely interested there, Jason. My colleague who's sat next to me, who's driving at the moment, his call sign is VK6CS Charlie Sierra, and he also used to run or work with pirate radio stations in London as well. But that was a number of years back. He finished doing that in about 1980. So he's got a big grin on his face at the moment, listening to what you're talking about. Over. Yeah, VK6ACB mobile. That's excellent, Jason. Sounds very interesting indeed. It's certainly made us both smile here today. That's fantastic. And so you're still DJing now. Is that just one night a week? Over.
Yeah, just one night a week. I'm glad to say on a legal station, but you know we couldn't get licenses back there in London, and I've heard in the 9 years that I've been away, they have actually licensed a few pirates, which is a step in the right direction finally. But I came here and I'm really glad to say I'm not given a record list to play. I play what I want, and it's literally like being on a pirate radio station, but better. It's great because there aren't that many constraints, you know, and I've been at the station for about 8.5 years, because when I came to New Zealand, it was a station that was licensed on low power, 1 watt, and they got the last license here for a kilowatt. They're not running a kilowatt now since the earthquake. They're down to about 300 watts on a much lower hill. But I'm hoping that they'll get some money together eventually and be able to get back up on the high hill. Our transmitter was seized by the people that look after the transmitters here in Christchurch because we couldn't pay the bill, because all our revenue was coming from all the bars and the clubs in one central street called Manchester Street, and they owed us loads of money for the advertising. We did really well, and literally a few days after we were doing some celebrations back in the studio, because everything was going so well and we were going to pay all the DJs for their shows, we lost everything. Literally overnight, everything, Adam.
Yeah, VK6ACB mobile. Yeah, really sorry to hear that, Jason. That's really bad news. But I guess that's the way it goes. But okay, it's not as much power as it used to be, but at least you're still on the air, and that's what counts. And it sounds very good that you have free rein to play pretty much whatever you like. That's probably a privilege that not many people get. So that's excellent. Or as you say, without it being a pirate station. And yeah, my colleague, he's been watching what's been going on with Radio Caroline in London.
In Suffolk, actually.
Sorry, in Suffolk.
We've got a kilowatt license for community radio now on AM.
Yeah, apparently they have a license for 1 kilowatt community radio on AM. So he's been watching that one quite closely. Over. Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I say that I've not really been involved with that, but from what my colleague's saying, then yeah, that's definitely the case. Sorry, I'll just pass it back over to you from VK6ACB mobile and dry throat.
Total knockout.
Yeah, VK6ACB mobile. Yeah, all noted on the name of the radio station and the website there. We've got a note of that, so we'll have a look at that one when we get back into the office. I'll tell you what, let me just pass you over to my colleague because he's interested to have a chat there, Jason. Over.
ZL3JAS. It's a VK6ACB mobile now, Jason. Name is Steve. I'm the guy driving the car at the moment, and Mark is sitting in the passenger seat. I was just wondering if your mate's involved. Yeah, we got all the information about your total knockout and Pulsar FM, and I actually said total knockout before you did. So yeah, it's all good fun. And I was just wondering. Your friend that's involved with Radio Caroline, they were talking about putting it at a pig farm, and there was a bit of confusion. There's a free radio sort of website or board host or something I've been looking at from time to time, and there's all sorts of rumours and things on there, and someone said that they've actually got a commercial transmitter, 1 kilowatt transmitter, and someone else said that they're actually building the transmitter. Do you know what the score is with it at all, Jason? Over. Yeah, you'll drop it down as well a bit. I think we might be losing the conditions. I was just asking if your friend is intimately involved with this Radio Caroline community radio project, the medium wave one on 648 kilohertz. I've been looking at this website, and on there is there's a fair bit of rumour on there about whether or not they've got a commercial transmitter or whether they're going to build the transmitter. And I thought, well, if it's a commercial transmitter, I read once somewhere that someone gave them a commercial 1 kilowatt broadcast transmitter, and they went over to Holland and got it, and it was just a case of tweaking it up on the correct frequency. And then a bit further on, or on the same website, there was something about some people making comments about them building the transmitter. I just wondered if you knew what the, which of course is a completely different ball game. I mean, if it's just a case of tweaking a commercial transmitter, they shouldn't have any problems with it complying with the rules and regs and the technical specs. But if they're going to build one from scratch, that could be a bit of a can of worms. ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile. Yeah, okay. Yeah, freedom of music. Okay. Well, I suppose. Yeah, of course. When I used to be involved with pirate radio back in the 70s, mainly it was mainly AM. We used to do medium wave radio. Although I did do programs on one FM station, of course. And being pirates, we had complete freedom of what we played, of course. But we wouldn't play anything offensive. I don't think anybody wanted to be perfectly honest. So it sounded just like another radio station. But it's great to have that freedom. I think it'd be nothing worse than sitting down with a playlist and hating half of what was on it. I think would be a bit of a drag, and it wouldn't really be worthwhile. I don't think they could pay me enough money to do that. And understood on your friend being involved in the offshore Radio Caroline, not the community radio project as it's going at the moment. I don't think there's that many people that are actually involved in it now that were involved in it back then. I think there's a guy that's running it, has been around for quite some time, but I think they're the actual offshore broadcast engineers. I don't think any of those are involved. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen Peter Chicago's name mentioned on there anywhere. And I think he was the chief engineer, wasn't he, for Caroline? ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile.
Returning. Yeah, well, there's probably not that many people there that worked on the original Radio Caroline.
They'd all be dead by now.
It's the same with QSO. Gordon Mack, who used to run QSO. All the other pirates off the air, in the rule of saying, like, if you give your transmitters in and go off there, we'll give you a license. And what they did was they licensed one station in the hopes that all the other stations might come to play again. So they would give you back on again. So it was announced that they were giving out just one lot. And that's what they've done for years. And then they tried it on again and did it probably about 15 years later and did the same thing. So, I think finally they've actually been tested and seeing that the pirates have such a big following, so many people listen to them, and we're not making the government's not making any money out of it. So it's basically trying to track the stations down and
Yeah, you're getting a bit noisy now, Jason. I think I got the gist of that. They gave out one licence and then all the other stations disappeared and then came back. I think, well, pirate radio stations tend to do that, don't they? If they want a licence and they don't get one, they'll just keep broadcasting until the authorities close them down. I think that's just the way it goes. That's what pirate radio stations do. I don't think I would have been particularly interested in campaigning for a radio licence. over in the UK. I think, to be honest with you, once you've got a license for broadcasting, it sort of takes the magic out of it. You know, you're just sitting there playing records, and it's horses for courses, of course, but for me personally, I've never bothered. Well, when I came to Australia, I found there's community radio stations all over the place, and it's very, very easy to get a gig on the radio over here. But I've never really fancied doing it. I'm sort of quite happy with what I'm doing. And I thought, actually, as you said, you know, about the original Radio Caroline, you'll probably find that most of the engineers and disc jockeys from the original Radio Caroline have been dead so long ago, wasn't it? But anyway, it's all good. It's all good fun, that's for sure. Yeah, it's all good fun indeed. But there's quite a lot of people that are anxiously waiting for Caroline to come on 648 kilohertz on the AM band, but they're going to be their transmission site, as I understand it, is up in Suffolk somewhere. So I don't know what the signal strength will be like in London. Certainly over here, the little 2 kilowatt transmitters on Triple M's, little 2 kilowatt transmitters seem to do quite well. I've been listening to those. I've been driving around, and some of those will travel 200 or 300 k's without any bother at all. ZL3JAS VK6ACB mobile.
Yeah, ZL3JAS. Sorry to really lose you, Steve and Mark. And I guess it's the same vice versa as the band changing the same. Listen, hopefully we can pick this up another evening when conditions are back up. So lovely to work with you guys. You have a safe journey, and I look forward to catching up with you again soon. You're past the mic back, but as I say, it's getting real rough. This is ZL3JAS,
Yeah, no worries. Cheers, Jason. Thanks for the chat, and maybe I'll catch you around another time. VK6CS.
Roger. 73 to you then, Mark. Cheers.
Yeah, 73 Jason, VK6ACB mobile. Cheers.
Cheers, bye-bye.
That was bloody good.
Any other stations, ZL3JAS?
He's come up now, hasn't he? Look.
Yeah.
As soon as we... Okay. Well, if this makes it to YouTube, hope you found it interesting. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.